Good morning, everyone. Episode 41 of Kansas Sports HQ. Sheldon Howell with us, Sean Cutler cracking open a cold rain. Today's episode is going to be about Scribner Enterprise and their in-game entertainment partnership with the Dorado Walnuts. While I was at the Senior Center, it was awesome to see her there as a judge, and then we just kind of talked about some of the cool stuff we want to do. But first, how you guys doing?
I'm depressed.
I'm all right.
Why are you depressed?
Because Micah Parsons got hurt.
Oh, yeah.
He needs more fascia, apparently.
Needs something.
You know, the end of an era for the Chiefs as far as being a dominant force in the AFC, and then, knee injury to Patrick Mahomes, and then have they confirmed it's the ACL?
No confirmation other than the obvious shin snap back into place that I watched live.
Gross.
So I'm pretty good at those things, and I am not a doctor. So yeah, he is going to have probably for sure clean ACL, maybe some MCL damage too, depending on how it's set. But to be honest, I literally, as soon as that happened, it was just like the season, and the season's not over. Like I get that, but it's pretty much over.
I get that, but
it's.
Well, I mean, the path is
trouble.
being cleared for the 49ers, I suppose.
yeah,
That was
old
not,
Brock, man.
Yeah,
There he goes.
just the only winner in the building at the moment.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And we, naturally just beat ourselves all day. 10 penalties. Gotta love it. 3 turnovers. Gotta love it.
You got to get through the
7
swamp.
injuries. Gotta love it.
You got to get through the swamp before you get to the river. And then once you get to the river, you get to the base of the mountain. Then you got to climb up the mountain. So I think the Packers are on a long journey right now. It could be whimsical. It could be painful. We'll see. See how many crocodiles pop up on that bank of the river, and then from there you just got to fight off some crocs.
There we go. Well, it's time to fight Crocs. Hopefully we put Malik in.
Amen.
Who-
Yeah, Chiefs got Minshew in. Let's get Malik in.
I mean, and then what? Dallas lost last night, so
JJ, man.
I
JJ
was
McCarthy,
deep
9.
into a
dude,
bowl of
for
puppy chow
sure.
by the time that game was going on. I was
Just
not
stress
watching.
eating over
I
there.
was not watching football.
Oh,
I
me
was
neither.
Ashley asked me like 10 times, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "You're not gonna understand, so just don't even ask."
No, I'm just.
And she's like, "Well, why?" And she's like trying to talk about it. I'm like, "We can't talk about this. Like, there is not a thing that you're gonna get. So just let me sit here in silence and just die. Like, just let me die for the day, and then I will be fine tomorrow."
the conundrum of a man.
That was
sports
brutal.
team's life.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
you just.
I don't know. I think that, and Old Man Rivers came out and played. I mean, 120 yards. He did have an interception at the end of the game,
Hey,
but
yeah, shout out to old Phil.
Did they end
man.
up winning?
no, they
They ended up
lost
losing?
by they lost by 2.
Wow.
The
It's
the
showing up though.
the crazy part about that is he didn't even have cleats.
You didn't need him,
No, he didn't need them. Like,
except for that one drop back where he fell down. But
but
that,
I mean,
anybody can do that. All right.
no. I'm just saying, like, when he got the call to come out of retirement, he was like, I got to buy a pair of cleats. I don't have any.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
He showed up with some 15-year-old turfs that
That
had
is-
tape on them, I guess.
that is like his little post game talking about how he just hopes his players see that. It's like, oh, well, coach wasn't scared to go hop back into the
Right,
NFL,
right,
man.
Right.
I mean, honestly, Philip Rivers is probably watching these quarterbacks get protected like nobody's business. In today's NFL, is like, I can still do that.
Yeah, I got blown up for
Yeah,
20 years.
He's like, I played quarterback in the 2000s, man. Ray Rice was coming at me, or not
Yeah.
Ray Rice. Sorry, Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis. all
Ray
the-
Rice came at other people, but whatever.
Yeah.
On and off, too.
Yeah.
Both.
Well, so did Ray Lewis. So
Yeah,
let's not,
true.
Let's not forget that. But
So, real quick, do you guys see any of the internet connection issues that we're having right now on your computer?
I don't know.
Nope.
I don't
Says
believe so.
uploading.
Oh, nice. Mine says trying to connect.
Mine says 98%. So
Please have
99.
a stable internet connection. So
Cooking.
I don't know, like
I just have an alpha computer. You have a beta computer.
Don't worry, I set up your computer.
Yeah. See, you're the architect. You run demise.
well, with Scribner Enterprise, so they've been a partner of ours for 2 years now. They've done in-game entertainment for the El Dorado Walnuts, the fifth inning, and all that good stuff. So, we'll kind of talk about them a little bit more when Syndee jumps in, and it's pretty cool. I mean, they're big community partners and want to be a part of everything.
Working.
Sorry for the technical difficulties on this wonderful Monday.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right above it.
Yeah.
We can talk facility updates between Sean and I.
Oh, go for it. Let's hear it while we're figuring this out.
There's just some more tile and a half that's down right now.
Yeah, tile and a half. We're gonna have to get up in the ceiling. Good old tile and a half work.
Probably fell last night.
Speaking of ceiling, have you heard from the roofing guys yet?
Nope, nothing from the roofing guys.
Have you reached out to them?
Nope.
Are you going to?
I don't know.
You got to watch those contractors.
Not my job. It's crazy to me that they wouldn't want
it. It is to your job to I would reach out and be like, hey, following up.
Dude, they're the ones supposed to be doing the work, not me.
That's fair. It says she doesn't have a microphone. So if
I can see her microphone.
Oh, well, no, I'm just saying online it shows that. So
this is going swimmingly.
Oh yeah, I'm still not connected to the internet apparently.
So it's probably yours.
Yeah, it's probably my problem.
You might
because everything's
try and hop out and hop back in.
Maybe I just go to a different internet.
See if that'll let you in there. Don't come to Wichita Breezy. Okay, my stuff's working good. All my stuff's
Don't
fine.
come over here. Oh, she left. Maybe she'll come back. I am stabilized.
Yeah, I think it's your stuff.
It's probably because of that.
Yeah, it could be. Well, small technical difficulties over here, but we're getting ready to hop on. What other games happened this weekend? Any other prime things that you guys saw?
There was a lot of basketball that was played. I think
updates on some basketball.
I saw there was like 86 games on Thursday, 159 on Friday, but I didn't really look at all the scores.
That's a lot of games.
Hey, can you hear us?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
There you are.
Hey, now we're rolling.
Hey, how are you this morning?
Good. How are you guys?
Good.
Appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely. Thanks for jumping on a little bit of short notice. It's been a crazy week since the chili cook-off, and we're glad to have you.
Yeah.
So tell us about you and your business, and then we'll dive into that in-game entertainment stuff that you guys do for the community of El Dorado.
Sure. So my wife and I, we own a company called Scribner Enterprises and also Scribner Property Management. We are real estate investors, whether we buy houses, people, hoarded houses, ugly houses. We are those people. And then we give them a little love and either sell them to predominantly first-time home buyers, or we keep them and hold them as rentals. And then, of course, for people that own rentals but don't want to deal with tenants and toilets, we property manage for them because, let's face it, if you own a rental, what you really want is a check. And so we make that happen.
I gotcha. And you're pretty involved with the community. I believe that you're a commissioner, yeah?
I am a city commissioner.
How's that going for you?
It's pretty good. I've really enjoyed it. I'm starting my third year. And I've really enjoyed it. I've learned a lot about the city. I've got lots of ideas for the city. And, it's like anything else. When you tackle it, you have grand ideas and then you learn a little bit. And maybe you learn that those things aren't as realistic as you think they are. But at the same time, you get ideas to do things that maybe you hadn't thought about that are realistic. So I've been excited to be a part of it. I love El Dorado. My wife and I love El Dorado. It's why we live here. It's why we invest here, to try to make it better.
Have you guys been in El Dorado? Did you grow up there? Are you from there? Where are you guys from?
Yes. So my wife actually grew up in El Dorado. She went to El Dorado High School. I grew up northeast of El Dorado. I went to a little bitty town or a little bitty school called Flint Hills High School, which is out in Roselia, which is east of El Dorado. But El Dorado was where you went grocery shopping. It's where you spent your money. It's where you played Little League.
Nice.
So we're
nice.
both.
Yeah, I love it. El Dorado's it's an awesome community, man. We've had a ton of support there, and it's been a lot of fun. Just getting to know the people that are around the community, because they're high quality people. they care about the community. They have a lot of fun in the community. Like it's just been it's been kind of a nice breath of fresh air there in comparison to some of our other little towns. And at points in times, we love them all, but they've kind of really, I would say, adopted all the different things that we're trying to do, and show support for them, and they get excited about them, and then they just kind of roll through the punches with us and trying to figure things out as you guys have, and been supportive of the team and the things that we have going on. So we really appreciate that. Just kind of taking those leaps of faith with each other and doing different things. But what for you guys, like obviously you kind of hit on it a little bit as far as your things that you're happening. What are some of the things that you guys have been getting involved with in the community? Like what kind of different projects and different things? Obviously you got your businesses, but are you guys doing any other, like community related events?
Yeah, so we sponsor several different things. We're doing a raffle basket to raise money for a Christmas family here at the holidays, where we've collected some donations. We're selling the basket via raffle, and then with some other local businesses, we're gonna adopt a couple families and try to make their Christmas a little bit better than maybe what it would be.
Yeah.
In the past, we didn't this year. I'm not sure why, but in the past, Veterans Day, we've taken nominations from veterans and we've done service projects for them where we had volunteers come in and, we helped one guy clean up his property so he could get some therapy. Horses, we helped a guy build a ramp on his house so that it was a little easier for him to get in and out of his home. We've got we support the United Way, which is an organization that's near and dear to me. I sat on their board for several years before I became a commissioner. So we try to give back in a lot of different ways to our community to make it a good place to live.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. I know.
I left out probably my favorite, sorry, and that's supporting the local 4-H fair. That's probably my favorite organization that we support every year.
When's the fair?
The fair is typically like the end of July. It's actually just right down there by the stadium. We like to go to the food auction and support the kids that are learning how to bake and sell their baked goods. I personally think that 4-H is one of the more important organizations that are available to youth. Unfortunately, there's not as many involved as should be, but I think it's a great youth organization that builds solid adults and gives you a plethora of skills that are needed. Just in life.
Love it.
So tell me, when we were at the chili cook-off, you said you wanted to talk baseball, but let's talk about what drew you to the El Dorado Walnuts. Like we created this partnership with the in-game entertainment because that's what you brought to us, and we're pretty much an open canvas, willing to try everything that we can to be community first and give back. So why baseball?
Sure. So, I love baseball. I grew up playing ball, right? My memories, a lot of my memories as a kid are playing ball with my dad and my brothers in the yard at night, right? Taking grounders and trying to not get hit by the balls my brothers are throwing too hard at me. Just all the things that are great about having, brothers that are older than you. Talk about life building skills, right? They'll make you tough. But just had those memories listening to baseball games with my dad on the phone and going to my brother's games. And so baseball's always been a part of me. Been a part of what I love. I went to a lot of ball games. My brothers, all three, they played ball through high school. They played Legion ball in the summer, chasing them around, wanting to be them, right, as the little sibling. Played ball in college, played softball at Butler for a couple years. And just have a love of the game. As my dad always says, baseball's the only game they play until they get it right. You've got to get 27 outs. You can't sit on the ball. You can't slow play it. You can't run the clock out. And, so just have an inherent love of the game from my dad and from growing up. And so when the Walnuts came to town, of course, I went to a couple games to watch them play and see what it was about. I loved the atmosphere, loved the music, loved what Bill did from the announcer stand. And told my wife, like, we need to be a part of this, and so we
Yeah.
came up with the idea of this in-game entertainment, and you guys were gracious enough to let us run with it, and just adds another element to the game that we think is positive and that draws people in.
Yeah. Well, definitely shout out to Bill because he gets the people hype and excited and moving around, but also to you guys because that's a great idea. You see it in, big parks all the time, right? Like big productions where, they're doing stuff, every inning is what it kind of feels like, but they also have the staffing and the resources and some of the stuff that we don't quite yet have that we're building towards and growing towards. But with you guys being present, which I think is a massive piece, you guys want to be out there, which we appreciate, just from a fanship perspective, but then also from wanting to give back to the community because the community members see that all the time, right? And they get excited about it. Like they're like, "Oh man, like we can't wait until this, let's see what they've come up with, let's see what's going on, let's see what they're talking about." It really drives attention and so people they get excited and El Dorado is obviously a awesome spot because we have a lot of fans, we have a lot of people coming out to the games and so it makes it a little bit easier, right? It wouldn't be as fun doing it for the 10 people in the crowd at Park City or something like that. But, it makes it a little bit of an easier task when you got a few hundred people that you can, get excited and get them all riled up and then watch a couple dizzy kids go running all over the place. Like it's just, it's a good hometown feel, which is really kind of part of, our identity, right? Like we want to be hometown teams. We want our communities to be out there having a good time with us. And you guys have really started to kind of, or you put that foot forward, I should say, of trying to be involved with that. So that's why the pairing works so well together, because it's a lot of fun and the kids love it. And, I always laugh when they try to put those uniforms on and they're like 9 sizes too big and they're trying to run around and they're tripping over the shirts and they don't even hardly get to the pants sometimes. Like it's just funny. Like it's a good little break from not all games are super serious, but it is a nice little break sometimes for the players even, because they get to, take a step back and make it not so much about the game for at least that, 1 minute of time. And, so there's just a lot of perspectives that go into it on the things that we look at from a team perspective anyway. And so we appreciate it for sure. I think it's a lot of fun for the community and people get pretty pumped up about it because it is pretty funny.
I definitely remember the first time that you guys did it, and you were like, "Where's the mic? Where's the mic?" And then of course Bill took care of it, and then how you guys light up when it's time to do that, and then fast forward to like this past year, all the kids come find you. All
Yes,
the kids,
it's awesome.
and that is so cool to me. And every time that I'm around and able to see that, it's just it's truly cool to see, oh, I got to do this, that kind of stuff. And what was that? I guess tell me your first experience on the mic doing that. I mean, you had to be hyped. It had to be cool. So what was that experience like? Your first in-game entertainment setup.
Well, I mean, it's awesome, right? I will say that there's way more people in the stands from the third baseline than there are from under the press box. I don't know, like, if you guys put them up there while I was walking out on the field or what. But that's part of what makes it so great. I mean, like Sheldon alluded to earlier, right, is we do get good crowds. We get the community to come out and support it. And, we get to be a part of making their evening a little bit more fun. There's a lot. I think we got to remember that there's a lot of things that people can do to spend their time, especially in the summer. People are busy. They're chasing little league games, or they're chasing grandkids, or whatever. They have a number of options that they can do, and they choose to spend 3 hours down at the ballpark when maybe it's hot or whatever the conditions may be. And so, I think it's up to us to make it as entertaining and worth their time, so that's how they want to spend their time, because they have other options if we don't all work together to continue to drive them to the ballpark. And I think it's great that, 70% of the crowd is the same every night. They come out for, 16 home games. And that's, that's great, because it's not, I mean, I know there's nights I'm like, oh man, it's 8:00 and I'm tired and it's been hot all day, but knowing that those kids are going to run up to you and they want to participate, and you talk to the same people every week. Man, we're so glad you guys do this, and that's what drives us to continue to do it year in and year out.
Yeah, you got a group of fans for sure, that they know what time of the game it is, and they know exactly where to go to try and get picked on and, find their way out to the field. That is a fact. But have you guys thought about, any new stuff? Are you going to kind of stick with the same things that have been working looking into 26? Is there anything that's, different games or something different that's kind of on the radar? Maybe something that if there's a fan out there that hears this, maybe they're like, ooh, that sounds new. Or have you guys even gotten that far? Maybe you haven't. But,
sure.
Anything on the horizon there that some of the people, or maybe some new ideas?
Well, I mean, I know one thing that I would love to try to find a sponsor for, and that would be the famous ketchup, mustard, and relish race, right? I mean,
there you go.
Let's put him down on the right field foul pole and let him run home and cross right in front of the fans, and maybe get some older people, right? I don't know, some, maybe even just teenagers involved. We typically are, 12 and under, 10 and under in our crowd, and just try to get more people involved. I would love to help find a sponsor for that. I think could be a lot of fun, but there's, I think there's a variety of things that could be done. But that's kind of what's on my radar to maybe try to make happen here this next year.
You could have old Winston running around out there for a little bit. I don't know how long he'll last, but he could at least make his appearance down there, and we'll see how the footwork goes, because them shoes are bigger than people think, I think.
They're like a 23 clown shoe, I believe.
Bouncing around.
Yeah, just who knows.
Blop, blop.
Winston's a crazy character in the community. He's definitely involved. But yeah, so you said looking for sponsors and stuff like that. So, we talked a little bit at the chili cook-off about this and trying to figure out things for who we should reach out to. So I've kind of chatted with Santa Claus, who was there, and he's going to give me some numbers to reach out to, since he's pretty connected in some people who love sports and things like that, and love community. So maybe we can work together on that and make it happen, make it a reality, because I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, I think that would be a lot of fun.
Dave's got to be on the nice list to be able to ask those questions, though. So
that's why he's got me.
I would be on the.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't know if I would be on the naughty list, but yeah, I don't know. It's a cool idea. So talk about your experience at the ballpark. I mean, you said you dropped by for a few games and then decided that you wanted to be involved. So tell us about your experience as a fan and then becoming a part of it.
Like I talked about earlier, and I'll talk about my brothers and my family a lot. But watching them and chasing them growing up, they played a lot at McDonald's Stadium. So I've got memories of, watching them play on that facility. And there used to be a batting cage along the, the third base line, right?
Mm-hmm.
And having them throw balls to me after their practice and things to help me stay involved. And then, I watched the Broncos for a little bit when they were still in town. And so just those memories of taking my daughter to the ballpark to watch, and then the Walnuts came and going back, and the environment that was there was far more entertaining than what the Broncos had. And I think that's what really engaged me, was that kind of minor league experience that you got right here in El Dorado. And so that, I think that's what drew me in, outside of the love of the game was just the joy and the entertainment that you got while you were watching good baseball.
So what's your go-to when you go to a concession stand at a Walnuts game?
Oh, Bud Light.
Yeah, the CMB license pays off a little bit in the right areas, that's for sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, you gotta like a good hot dog at a ball game, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so a hot dog and a Bud Light, that's pretty good. Pretty good way to spend an evening watching a ball game.
Heck yeah. Well, yeah, no, obviously we pride ourselves on making it about the experience. I think that is something, when we go to the city council and we talk to the different cities that we're putting our teams in and things like that. Like that has always been a word that comes up is, we want this experience to be good, not only for the baseball team, right? Like we obviously have baseball players that we need them to have a good experience so that way we can continue to operate. We need our city partners to have a good experience so that way we can continue to have places to play at. But most importantly, we need our fan experience to be a priority. Like we need fans to be able to stand the test of time, right? You can get by, like, don't get me wrong, we have teams that don't have as much fan experience currently, and that's their number one goal is to get more of it, right? They want to find ways to get into the communities more. And that's a two-way street, right? It's not something that is solely upon just the organization. You got to open the right doors in the communities and you got to find the right people to get involved with, and the movers and shakers in these smaller towns that we try to play in anyway. They all have their own very unique kind of internal ecosystems is the way that I look at them, of who is who knows who, how does that work, why is this, why is that. Like there's just a lot of, research I think that needs to go into each place to really figure out, because when you get there, I mean, for El Dorado, for example, when we were first talking about just naming the team there, we ran into a chicken ordinance that was a problem for us, which we would have never even had that on our bingo card. Like, I mean, there was just random things with random stuff, right? So it's just these different parts. But all of that, I was just kind of setting up my question for you is, when you've been involved in El Dorado for a really long time, what is something about El Dorado and its community that really, makes you want to participate there, right? And whether that be obviously you doing business there, whether that's supporting the community related things there, supporting teams like us, right? What is it that draws you to continue to do that in El Dorado? Why is that considered like your space, right? Your home base, if you will.
Sure. I think El Dorado is a great place for a number of reasons. It's small. First of all, I am not someone that's meant to live in a big city. I know that. But it's a place that supports what's here. It's got a great downtown. There's obviously room for improvement, but people support the downtown. They support the local businesses. They support each other. When things go haywire. I think we saw that with the flood. We've seen it with other things that have happened. Local businesses do a great job of giving back and supporting the community. I think El Dorado has great facilities. They've invested in having a quality of life, and that's all of what makes it a great place to live. It's not, you can't just point to one thing and say, oh, well, we've got an entertaining baseball team, so people should come to El Dorado, right? People come to El Dorado, or should come to El Dorado because of all the things that make it a great place to live. In the summer, we have a great baseball team. We've got great museums, we've got great parks, we've got a good downtown, and so I think it's you can't just point to one thing that makes my wife and I want to stay in El Dorado. It's everything, the totality of the town, that we think makes it a great place to live, a great place to raise your family.
I love it. Yeah, because I completely agree. I obviously played ball there. Got introduced more so to the community when I lived there, obviously playing. And, I've just had a great experience with all of the people at that point, since that point, right? Being there and being around that sense of that. I don't know, they have kind of what I would call kind of a rally mentality, right? Like they just rally really well together, right? Whether that be for a social event or if it's a social reasoning or if it's something of, even more importance, right? Something that the town needs or the community needs or whatever. It just seems like the people that are around there can kind of put whatever aside, whatever it may be, and just kind of rally together to try and get things done that are good for everyone. And
Yes.
the people, it's quality people. They've always taken an interest of at least having conversations. Not saying everybody can do everything at all times, like that's not real, but it's just it's a good rally mentality. And that's why, I was excited about having our team there and being a part of what they got going on, because we need plenty of that at points in time, especially when you start talking about host families and getting people to support the guys all summer. Because our guys want to come back and give back to the community, right? They want to come back. They want to work in the community. I think the KCLB is starting to get known for coaches and people to start moving into these communities, right? Which I think is awesome. We have guys that leave other places and move here because they want to be a part of the stuff that we have that we're trying to grow and trying to do. And we're providing different opportunities for different people at all kinds of different levels, which is, to me, that's awesome, right? It's giving back to the game. It's just giving back to the local communities that are trying to give to us. But again, it goes into that two-way street, right? Like, because as a team, we can't just ask, right? Like, we have to give. And, and I think that having that giver's mentality of trying to give back first before you're going to ask for anything is kind of the way of going about it, which we try to, implore into all of our different locations with all the different things that we do. But that mentality behind the community has just been, it's a refreshing mentality is what I'm getting at. It's fun to watch, fun to be a part of, and obviously we see it on display dang near every night out at the games when we're out there. So it's cool. And 4th of July, they're obviously, the Walnuts are known for the 4th of July game and all of the different things happening around then. Have you had a chance to meet with the War Dogs? I'm sure you guys were at that game, right?
We were at it. I have not had a chance to meet the War Dogs, unfortunately.
Oh, come on, Dave.
I would love to.
I will do better. I will do better. The War Dogs national team will be touring here. They haven't been around like the national side of it for a couple years. For the 250th, we've worked with Christina to get them here as their national tour ends in El Dorado on the 4th of July. They'll be mainstaying for their 6-day visit here in El Dorado and doing some community projects there. They actually helped with the Veterans Wall in the senior center and stuff like that. So I will definitely do a better job of getting them acquainted with you guys and how all of that goes. But I do want to ask this. Sean, you're sitting over there so quiet. You've been on the field during one of these in-game entertainment experiences as the Valley Center Mud Daubers. What's it like to see that happening in El Dorado from a coach's perspective and with your players?
Yeah, it's fun because like Sheldon said, kind of gives you a little break from the game, because I'm gonna be like, every time we go to El Dorado, it's always a battle with the Walnuts. So a little break from the game, a little mental break, and it's always fun to see kids having fun just around baseball, because it's just as a kid who just lived and breathed baseball growing up myself, it's just not as common anymore. So just going to an environment that you see these kids having a lot of fun. Whether it is in-game entertainment or with Winston walking around, I think that's always really encouraging and really fun to watch. My question for you is, where are you getting the inspiration for any in-game entertainment ideas? You like looking at the Wind Surge, social media, Kansas City Royals games? What are you looking at?
I would say probably most likely the Royals. I'll admit I don't go to very many Wind Surge games. So I would say it would probably be more from, the Royals. A good baseball movie will give you some inspiration, right? But, I think Shane hit it. Is it Sean? Shane? Sean. I think he hit it on the head, right? We all love baseball because of the memories we have as kids playing baseball, right? So if we can give that to the next generation of little kids, right? Mm-hmm. So that when they're the ones that own the small business, that are given to the Walnuts in 20 years, they can say, well, man, I remember coming to the field and watching the Walnuts, and I got to do the dizzy bat race. Like, if we can instill that love for the kids, like what better is there than that?
Yeah, no, I fell in love with baseball because of that. Like going to games and watching all of the stuff. I didn't know what was going on in the baseball game. Like I was too young to really understand it. But
Yeah.
talking to the players on the, by the dugouts, seeing them have or hand me something random that I, just got because I got it at the game.
Yeah.
Like you feel like you win. You're winning an MVP trophy at that point,
Yeah.
and they're just giving you something they picked up off the ground, and we're like, here, I'm going to throw this in the trash. But you're like, okay, yeah, this is awesome. Like, it's just that connection towards the game is just something that you can't, you just can't make it, I guess. I don't know. Like, it's just something that will stick with these young, guys and gals for the rest of their lives. And if we even get, one kid to fall in love with the sport, because we're doing fun stuff out on the field that gets their attention, because baseball, I mean, for us, obviously, we're all baseball guys. So it's for us, paying attention to the baseball game isn't a problem for us. But for kids, I mean, I got a 6-year-old daughter. If I took her to a baseball game, she'd be there for about 3 minutes. And then after that, she wants to go running up and down the stairs or going and throwing something, or, like she's not watching the game. Like, and she has no idea really what's going on out there anyway. But I guarantee you, if I said, hey, they're about to do a dizzy bat race, she's running straight down to the field. Like, she's excited to have a chance to just get on the field, kind of a deal. So I think it's very, very impactful. I think it's something that kids won't understand it until they're later in life and have kind of grown up a little bit, but they'll remember it. And I think that that's the most special part about it is, just providing, the opportunity to create some of those memories and, looking back on it and going, hey, I was just thinking while we were thinking about
we got to
the
get that
games.
set up though. Get Scout out there to do that.
Oh, she's too competitive. That would be bad news bears if she lost. But I was thinking, like, since you guys do like a lot of home remodeling and things like that, maybe we can come up with some sort of like themed type style, like throw a tool belt on them and make them run to each base and pick up a hammer. Throw it in their tool belt, run to the next place.
No screwdrivers, nothing pointy.
Safe. I mean, we got to keep it kind of safe, but maybe not running around with a handsaw in their hands or something. But I don't know, just random thought.
It's
terrible.
That's fun. My mind goes to the connections you guys probably have with like the fire department, just the public safety type stuff. Have we ever thought about having a firefighter night where we can utilize your platform for kids to put on, the big boots, the jacket and stuff like that? Is that something on the horizon? Just sharing ideas because, it's definitely about the community and about you guys and El Dorado. And I know it'd be fun to see that too.
I know as a former cop, I have no doubt that the firefighters have time to spend it all at the ballpark. But no, I mean, I think that could be, something fun. You could switch it up instead of a jersey, right? We could do the tool belt one night where they got to go down there and put that on and they're kind of weighted down and a little out of balance. Or, you could do firefighter gear one night. I mean, you could switch it up and showcase other things besides just a Walnuts jersey. I think that's a great idea and something to think about.
Maybe not hand saws, but
we'll see.
Just how dangerous.
I know the jersey is super cool and stuff like that, but maybe more for your business, like a big shirt for that showcases your brand and stuff like that too.
Sure. Yeah,
maybe we can have them
put on some
little.
We should figure out.
What do they call those things? I forget the name of them. Make them like walk the plank, like it looks like a heart. Like they're out there at a shop.
A beam.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like on this, what do they call those? Not seesaws.
Sawhorse.
Sawhorses. Yeah, 2 sawhorses. Put a little 2x4 on it. And make them walk across the plank.
You'd have to have short ones, like to the ground. I mean, that's a big
You
up
see
and
those
down.
on job sites?
Yeah, you got to move those around. He wants to have somebody climb up and
please sign a waiver.
Yeah,
maybe you
sign
could
this
do like
away.
overalls and a hard hat or something.
Hey,
It'd
there
be
you
too
go,
big,
yeah.
and then they'd have to, run.
Oh
with
my
that.
goodness, that would be like a set of coveralls since it
Yeah.
zips up, and overalls they just fall out of pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's lots of fun ideas, and the traditional ketchup, mustard, and relish race would be so cool too. I mean, we love the ideas that you bring to the ballpark, and that you're community driven. That's huge for us.
If you could get adults to do the race, you could do Bud Light, something from Wichita Brewing, a couple deals from Wichita Brewing or something instead of ketchup, mustard, and relish. You could switch it up a little.
Finding the adults to do it would be the pain in the butt, probably.
Oh, for sure.
We're able to find more seniors that want to do a
them.
dance off with Winston than adults that actually
get some
want to
old
get
ladies
out
to
there.
do some dancing. That's not a problem.
Yeah,
typically.
it's just more getting the middle-aged to do something like that.
We just got to find the right incentive. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Millennials.
A couple free beers at the concession stand usually gets people off their butts and moving around a little bit. See, we can figure it out.
A little hot dog dinner, hot dog chips and a drink. Upgrade that to upgrade for $1 for that beer, whatever.
Nice 3-course meal from the concession stand.
Yeah, I think we could do. I think we should
tailor it up really nice
Hot
so it
dog
sounds
and
good.
Skittles.
Hot dog, bun or bunless, whichever you prefer.
We could definitely look into the opportunity of giving out some Walnuts gear.
Yeah.
For your winners. That way that is there. But maybe we should co-brand it and put your logo on it as well. We can figure that out too.
Yeah, we can talk lots of ideas as it calendar year turns over and we get a little bit closer.
Heck yeah,
absolutely.
Well, we appreciate you guys. We really do. Thank you for your support, not only to us, but then just also to the community. I mean, small communities don't run if they don't have people that are like you guys that are actually trying to make a difference and do things. So, we are in 6 different small communities, so we get a lot of different walks of life and different things that are happening, and that is the biggest drawback in most of the places that are struggling is they don't have enough people like you that are active, that are excited, that at least try to put the foot forward and do things. And it's not always perfect, it's not always glamorous, it's not always all the things, but it's the effort, right? Like it's the effort, it's the attitude towards it, it's the willingness to put your guys's opportunities and ideas out there and just being willing to do stuff. So I appreciate that, more than words probably could say, but it really does allow us to do different things and help more people. And ultimately that's our goal as a community ran and community based team. So just wanted to kind of plug that in there before we hop off, because we really do appreciate you guys and look forward to working with you guys in the future.
We love working with you guys, and we appreciate you letting us take our ideas and kind of running with them and making it a fun experience for everybody.
Well,
awesome.
Thank you so much. Well, this is your time to throw in a plug or let people know, give the listeners something to look forward to, and or a piece of advice to get going with, I guess.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I would just say, just get out and support your local team, whether it's a baseball team or a high school team, or even go down to the little league if you don't have anything going on, and just let the participants know that you're seeing their effort, that you're seeing their work, that you support their efforts. If you own a business, or if you can support, give back to these towns that make our lives good. And it takes everybody working together to have good places to live and good communities. So I just encourage people that are able to do that to do that, because those are the quality of life things that we all need, and they make small town America great. And we got to keep those things going.
I love it.
All right. Well, hey, thank you so much for joining us. I know that when I talked to the person on the phone, they said you had a limited amount of time, so I don't want to keep you from your busy day. We've been hearing the vibrations of the phone and all that good stuff. So thank you for joining us, and I'll shoot you a text when this gets posted, so you can share it as well.
Great.
So
thank you guys
and have a good day
for having me, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Yep.
Awesome. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Right.
So,
Well, that was. Go ahead.
no, go for it.
It's like a mid
That's like-
thought cough.
Well, yeah, I was just like, Hey, go ahead.
No, I'm just it's exciting to hear about that, and when we get out in those communities, it's fun when they approach him like, hey, I got a new idea. What do you think about this? And for me, I'm just like, hey, we're all about letting you try it, so get after it. But go for it, Sean. What were you gonna say?
Well, it's just I think over the podcasts we've had over the last few weeks, kind of highlighting Eldo. I would say they're kind of the model organization everybody's going to be chasing. And not that the other organizations aren't doing well. It's just, I mean, Eldo obviously with probably the best facility and some footprint of another team in there,
sure.
like in all pretty strong community right there. So I think like the other teams that are a little bit more new and just kind of working their way up, it's a good thing to talk about and highlight, because I think that's the goal for every single team in the league. So then every single player and every single fan who's involved in this thing gets near to the same experience that like they would get at an Eldo game,
Yeah.
So I think it's a great experience for community. It's a great experience for the players, and it's cool to be a part of. So just talking about this makes me, think about ways and things and at least ideas. The effort, like we were talking about, is another thing, but the ways and ideas we can get community involvement in all the places. So
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest piece.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like it takes the effort from the actual communities to meet us halfway. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you
Like
can't
and it's not always
force
50-50, but
everything.
it's got to have some sort of acceptance to be able to get it off the ground and get something going. And El Dorado's just been a good model of that, where it's like, and it helps when you got a good amount of fans coming out to the games. Like I said, like that would not be in-game entertainment for a crowd of 10 people is not nearly as fun. You're almost better off just bringing them all out onto the field and getting them all involved, which is fun.
What you could.
Yeah.
Let's go
But-
mid-inning wiffle ball game.
Right.
First
but it's
person to
just,
score.
so it has the foundation or the platform to be able to do the things that they're wanting to do. But that's what it takes. It takes effort from people wanting to be involved with something to make it fun and make it cool. We just kind of live in a societal time now where that's not as prevalent as it probably once was. People are a little bit different nowadays. So you have to get creative. You got to find different things and stuff that you can do. But there's people out there that have the right intentions, that have the attitude about trying to do something and making a difference, even if it is just for a kid to have a good experience, right? There's people out there that are willing to pony up time, effort, and energy just so that they can change one kid's perspective about something, right? It's just few and far between. It's not as prevalent. So it's our jobs to keep working towards it and keep trying and keep, finding good people in different spots in these places and keep it all going, because I think that, having an in-game entertainment at every location is a goal of the league, because I think you can make it fun, but, it's about doing it right too, right? Like you don't want to do it and then not have it happen, basically, right? They show up, and I'll give them credit. Scribner shows up to every game. Like they're at every single game. They're out there on the mic. They're doing stuff. They may have a game here and there. They can't make it, and they have somebody else come and do it, right? But they are present, giving back to their community, right? That's what it takes for all of it to really kind of flow and go, because you got to have the buy-in there, and you got to be committed to it, right? Which we talk about every day, I feel like, but just having consistency and discipline to do those things is the hard part. But yeah, they're awesome. It's a lot of fun. I hope that places like Valley Center and Wellington and, just every place that we are in, sees that, looks at it and goes, man, we could do that. And you know what I mean? Like what is it, 18-ish nights out of the entire summer, go out to the baseball game and have fun and just, enjoy it. doesn't sound that bad to me. Like, sounds kind of, like a good time. So,
but we're baseball guys too. I mean,
well, and that's. I mean, we kind of touched on it there. It's. I mean, it always breaks my heart a little bit when I hear kids say baseball is boring. Because it's not. When we're talking about in-game entertainment, well, we touched on a few other things too. It's not a baseball game isn't always like just about the baseball. I feel like there's the difference between baseball and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you talk about like Friday night lights for football, there's a difference there between that and something else, right?
Yeah,
because there's a certain feel in the air. It's the time of year. Right.
Just
every single baseball game, man. Like you go to an MLB game, like it just like simple things. Like if you go to an afternoon game and up in like Kauffman Stadium, and there's people filing in, the smell of the food, fried foods in the air. You got the sun shining off the turf or the grass and the freshly painted lines, and they have the fountains going in right center and left center field, and it's just a beautiful picture. And then even like the night games,
fireworks and
right,
things,
and then there's you just go to these communities or like Eldo or Mulvane or Winfield, and there's a lot of just like we talked about it before, Winfield, like kids playing ball in the other field.
The vibe, the
You know,
vibe outside of the game.
Even in Valley, you got a lot more kids coming to games now, so you have a bunch of these kids over screwing around, chasing balls around, throwing balls
Trying to get
each
a quarter.
Yeah. I mean, like
50 cent
baseball is so much more than just about the baseball, man. It's like even like small town growing up where I'm from, you still got the hot dogs cooking over there in concession stand. It's a small little community, so if somebody's shooting a gun off out a couple miles away, you can hear it. It's like
is that Iowa?
Yeah. And
nobody
then,
jumps. Everyone just knows what's happening.
You got tractors. My mom actually has a really cool picture of like us stretching the outfield, and there's or maybe it's my little brother, but there's a tractor going by on the highway next to the field, and it's more than the game.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
even if you don't like the game, it's just there's so much sights and sounds, and then the people you're around, and it's a fun time, and it's as much as you get heated into the game, it's still a relaxing time for the most part. But I think it's cool when we talk about this stuff because it just makes me think about like why I appreciate all of baseball, and it's not just like when your kid's like, I don't want to sit around for a baseball game. I was like, okay, yeah, just sit around for an inning, but you got a chance to go to a ball game, high school, college, whatever it might be, do it.
Yeah.
Do it and experience it, even if it's for a couple innings. Just feel how the vibe is, because it's fun, and it's more than what's just going on in the field. Like fall in love with whatever else is going on
the
there
community
too.
that surrounds baseball.
Yeah, because it's not just we say community a million times over and over again, but
that's what it is.
The linchpin of what we do.
Yeah.
And when you actually feel the difference between having a community there and not, it's everything.
Yeah.
So it's what's meant. It's the stir of that straws the drink, as I say, which was backwards, but I just roll with it there.
There you go.
Yeah. Maybe that's your phrase that goes viral.
Yeah, probably not.
The stir that draws the drink.
I think me falling asleep on the podcast goes a little more viral than
the drink.
Anything I say.
The drink that stirs the straw.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, on a different note, my dad wanted me to give every one of you guys a Tootsie Roll. Thank you for the prayers, the support, and being there for us. Sheldon, that's for your family and your mom and Tim.
They will eat them.
So be careful. Make sure Banksy only gets one.
Oh, half of one.
Half of one.
He'll put it on his own.
Yeah,
he'll put it on the peanut butter spoon.
But yeah, outside of that, guys, anything else for the podcast?
Good to go. Let's close it up.
I think I've bloviated long enough.
All right, Sean, can you close us out with prayer, please?
Yeah. Lord, as the week turns over, we get closer to this holiday season. Just thank you again. Thank you for the family we have with us. Obviously, it can be a difficult season for some when we kind of remember the people that aren't with us anymore that we usually spent holidays with. So just pray to be with those people who are missing people this holiday season. Thank you for the people we do have, though, and I just pray that we count our blessings and count so much love and and faith and family togetherness. That's a lot of words, but together in this year, just pray for safe travels for everybody as people get going to where they're going. And I thank you for another good conversation about a great community. Just thank you for the Scribner Enterprises and how they have a servant's heart, reaching out to generationally try to build a community. So that's always really encouraging to hear, Lord. And I just pray that we take by that example and lead that ourselves. In your glorious name, I pray, Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Well, that's it for episode 41. Pretty cool to say 41. I mean, we're gonna be at 50 here soon, and I don't even know what we got. We have some guests coming on this week and all that good stuff. So Scribner Enterprises, the in-game partner for the El Dorado Walnuts. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.